Hey Wholehearted! Alright you guys, I promised you a fall kind of contour look tutorial, and I have never done my makeup at the same time that I've been trying to do a video, so this could get a little interesting. And I usually do not ever go on anywhere without makeup on, so that is even more scary, and I'm feeling kind of brave for myself. But I had really wanted to learn, you guys, first and foremost, I always put a moisturizer on my face in the morning just because it has sunscreen on it. It has sunscreen in it, and it just gives you a really soft base to work with. Like the Rodan and Fields, you know, Brooke came on. Brooke is a licensed esthetician, and so when we did the skincare for our physical heartstring for that inspiration, she's a licensed esthetician, and she has access to all kinds of makeups and brands and everything, and she actually uses Rodan and Fields. And then I know you guys have heard me talk about this makeup brand called Mascara, and I do love this brand, but you can contour with any makeup you want. I love this because it's so fast, and they have this really great setting spray that also has sunscreen in it, and so I just kind of cover my hairline and give myself a quick spray, and that gives the makeup a really good foundation to kind of cling to. And so I just take it, and you can wait for it to dry. Sometimes people like brush their teeth and things like that while they're waiting for it to dry. I just kind of take a few minutes and pat it in and make sure it's all good and in and dried. And all my friends, I didn't know Crystal at the time, but all my friends kept showing up to all these places looking beautiful with amazing makeup that looked really light and really natural. And one day I finally was like, all right, you guys, seriously, like, what is going on? Where is this coming from? And they said, oh, we use Mascara, talk to Crystal. So these are their brushes. They have two brushes, 2 tips per brush, which I think is super cool. And they have all these different foundation colors. And so I just go in literally like dab, dab. That's it, you guys. And I just go in and kind of, not around my eyes, but just on the basic part of my cheeks, across my mouth, I do a quick base to start evening out my skin tone there, because I do not have very even skin there. And so I just kind of take it and I brush it / dab it on to get it smooth. And then I also take a few dabs and I put it across my forehead. So that gives me, just in those spots, it's a really light coverage, but it kind of helps even out the skin tone. And then I take a super light color. So if you're using Mascara Beauty, you're gonna take what they call a highlighting color. If you're using another brand, you're gonna take a really light foundation color. And I come in around my eyes to brighten up my eyes. And so I kind of brush that out to my temples, across my eyelids, down around my nose. And I do that, of course, across both eyes. And just kind of get that all brushed in. And as you can see, it kind of gives me that bright eye look, which I need. I also go up the middle of my forehead and kind of just fan out a little bit, again, to kind of brighten up that T-zone a little bit. I take one swipe, and you guys are gonna see, this is really funny. My husband says I look like I'm putting war paint on in the morning. So I take one swipe down the middle of my nose, and I do one swipe. It's above my jawline, but below my cheekbones, if that makes any sense. So that is where I start. Then you come in with your contour colors. So you guys, right now, I have a very thin layer on around my face, hardly anything at all. And I come in with like a bronzing color. So I am dabbing this darker color. It's a bronzer. I start on my forehead because I have a very high hairline. So I do not need any extra highlight going on across my forehead. So I put an orange, I don't know how to say, except I put an orange stripe there. I come in and I go down along either side of my nose and the end of my nose. And then I come in, you find your cheekbones, and you come in just like right down along your cheekbones, so above that white line that you put in. And you guys, I realize this looks really dark and really crazy, but you're gonna see in a second how amazing. And then I go underneath that white line and I follow right along my jawline with the extra, anything that's left on my brush, which I take this puffy brush and I just dab. I just begin dabbing and smoothing it all together. So along my hairline, I make that a little softer, and all that does is just kind of it gives your forehead a little bit of dimension. You can see my nose has a little bit of dimension. And now I'm gonna go in here and just kind of dab it all together. And you guys, I'm doing this on the floor in my bedroom because the way to do your makeup best is to do it in front of natural light. And so I brush this out a little bit too, so you don't have like a very distinct line around your jaw, but you do it in front of natural light so that way you can really see when you're out and about all day, because you're not in cosmetic lighting all day long. You're out and about in natural sunlight, and so you want your makeup to look good in that lighting, and you want it to look natural. So you can see as all of those crazy stripes have blended together, I now kind of have this glow on your blush, and you're just gonna dab right above here. So you guys, I'm hardly using any color. These colors are really dark, and all you have to do is barely tap them, and this is what you get. So you don't have to use a lot of makeup at all. That's why these compacts are so great. They last so long, and you can buy each color individually, so you only have to buy what you need when you need it, which is awesome. So that gave me a little bit of color. So here's some color. How many of you have ever contoured? That would be a good question, because it was certainly intimidating to me. I feel like you've gotten, like, I'm looking at myself even in the mirror and I feel like it's a little bright. So I can go back in and lighten it up with that highlighter color and just kind of dab it on, and it kind of lightens it up a little bit. And you guys, that's it. That is how you contour. That's all you have to do. And for eyes, you know, you guys, next week we're gonna post a video with my friend who is a rep for this makeup brand. She's gonna do some fall eye looks for us, because I do not know how to do fall eyes, but I am excited to learn how, and I want to learn how to do it. And she knows how to do all these fun, you know, looks that I am not brave enough to try. So she's gonna give us a little bit of, I got to teach you how to contour, and she's gonna teach you how to do some fall eyes. So I'm just gonna kind of throw on some basic shadow, it's kind of like a mauve color. And a lot of times, because my contouring, my blush and everything is so natural looking, I try not to put on a lot of eye makeup. Just in my everyday out and about, I try to make it look as natural as I possibly can. So if you can see, I'm just kind of putting it in my crease and then kind of spreading it out to my lid as well. And it's super light, it's not very dark. And you know, but there's a lot of different ways that people do their eyeshadow and their makeup, and some people love to have a really popping eye. Some people really like to have just really natural. Some people don't even wear shadow and liner and all that fun stuff. I like to wear a little bit of it because it's just fun. I think it's fun to put on makeup every day. I know I'm crazy. Some of you get me with that, and some of you don't. Because you are like, I'm not wasting one more minute on getting ready. But I kind of like getting up and playing with my makeup and just seeing how it turns out for the day. So it's interesting, as I'm watching on camera, this is actually it looks a lot darker than it looks in real life. So I know it looks like I have a lot of makeup on right now, but I don't. If you were to see me in for real life out in public, it is not really very much. So there we go. I put a little bit of eyeliner underneath. It's actually just eyeshadow I brush on, and that makes it a little bit softer. And then I need to put on a little mascara to give my eyes a little bit of definition. Right now I've got some eyes on. And you guys, usually just in my normal day-to-day, I don't even wear a lot of color on my lips. I just kind of put on a clear lip gloss. But I have found that in the fall, let me see if I can find it. In the winter, I do love to put on a little bit of a lip liner. So let me see if I can find it. There it is. And you guys, this is a fun trick to do in the fall. Just putting on a little bit of color can kind of change your look altogether. And then I take my hair down. This mop, you guys, it's getting done in a couple weeks, thank God, because it is getting long and moppy. But there you go, that is it. So it's not a ton of makeup, but yet it looks like I've got something on and I got ready for the day.